Psychopaths display different traits depending on their disorder. Common signs include superficial charm, a grandiose notion of self-worth, the need for stimulation and impulsiveness, pathological lie and the ability to manipulate others, and the lack of remorse, regret, and empathy. But despite the popular association, not all psychopaths become killers. Psychopaths tend to a lot of acting to deceive or mimic normal reactions, sometimes changing their view and reactions quickly. Psychopaths tend to be charming, energetic, and even charismatic at times. Why? Because they're confident enough to express their opinions, and they are not afraid to break some of the rules. That may get them in trouble on occasion, but it also helps them carry respect and differentiate themselves from others. Certainly, we need to continue respecting others and adhering to the most important rules of our organizations. But don't be afraid to debate the change from the norms and speak about what's really on our mind. It commands respect from others and makes us more sincere. Psychopathy has a strong negative word connotation to it. Thanks to the number of psychopaths who have committed crimes and atrocities is crucial violent. But the shocking numbers of psychopaths have used their unique skills and perspective to get ahead in the business world. The human features that some of the psychopaths have, like reduced fear, reduced anxiety, ability to control our emotional better, they are not bad, because if a more person uses them, they are going to use them to good ends. Psycho is largely critics of the shallow and vicious, violent, and cruel aspects of capitalism. The characters are predominantly concerned with material gain and superficial appearances, traits indicative of the postmodern world. Act as everything as commodity, including people and attitude. That is a further evidence in the rampant something bad crime is objectification and brutalizations. To rationalize the action, sporadically, intimated that penetrate how unacceptable some of what they are doing actually is. While the word psychopath is a popular one, it's a colloquial term, not a medical one. The technical diagnosis that appears in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder is antisocial personality disorder. And as with the other mental conditions, a person is not 100% psychopathic or 100% abnormal. Psychopath is thrill-seeking behavior and impulsively and mistaken for high energy and enthusiasm as action orientation and the ability to multitask. The most persuasive details are combined with unlikely incident until we are not unsure what's real. We begin to doubt the existence of reality itself. Psychopaths are often more persuasive because of a large amount of confidence and exhibit. It's no secret that more confident people are more legally trusted and tend to be more persuasive in negotiations. They are also seen as smarter and more capable than their less confident counterparts. Manipulation is morally questionable, but there's nothing morally questionable about our ability to relate to others. Psychopaths earn trust from people by pretending sympathy and understanding They work to understand the other's emotions and then use those emotions as tools to manipulate those people into doing what they want. The best decisions tend to be the ones backed by cold logic and empirical based on the testing and the practice experience data in business and their careers. Oftentimes, our internal emotions, especially our sympathies and fears and the distractions, get in the ways of us making purely rational decisions. Psychopaths are unrestricted by these emotions, different variables, and therefore able to tap into logical decision making in its purest form. Psychopathy is an inherited mental disorder, an illness that is a result of the deformity in the brain. Those who are born with psychopathy can be dangerous. They are also often very successful in ascending to positions of power. Whether they are more successful than others once they are in power has not been determined. Some complete psychopaths thrive on thrill-seeking, bore easily, seek stimulation and play mind games with a strong desire to win. To some degree, all successful entrepreneurs have problems with authority, which is why they are so eager to demolish the status quo and replace it with something else. To be sure, too much psychopathy will predispose someone to crime and prison rather than Apple or Amazon. But at the other extreme of the continuum, people who are so conforming and eager to please it with a much larger follow established rules and remain as good employees, rather than be disrupted leader. So while a certain degree of non-conformity and unconventionality is needed to drive innovations and entrepreneurships, any leader will need to have a minimum level of integrity, empathy, and altruism to be able to connect with and focus on the well-being of their teams rather than advancing their own personal agenda. It is this range of pro-social and ethical traits that can turn even controlling and combative, willing to let fight and argue personalities into a catalyst for good in society, replacing the status quo with a better version of progress. Psychopathic men have a personality style that makes them appear attractive to women in dating encounters. This may be because they are extra confident or feel as easy or know exactly what to say to get the attention of women. Lack of responsibility and having sensation-seeking orientations. One possibility is that they make men seem more interesting, exciting, and fun to engage with in conversations. Men exhibited their traits as maybe effectively signaling that they are exciting partners, and women may be responding with preferences for those traits in the short-term dating context. Men with psychopathic traits are attractive because they are confident and know the right things to say. Psychopathic men were found to be charming, or at least capable of pretending to be, so they could get what they wanted, which made them attractive. Type-based men have a personality style and makes it appear attractive to women in dating camps. So this may be because they are extra confident or feel at ease or know exactly what to say to get the attention, to charm the exciting personality, to elicit the trust and the desire. But their ultimate goal seems to be selfish pleasures, showing to prospective to romantic partners. To have the attractive personality, cultivate the ability to communicate naturally, develop the sense of humor, and build confident dispositions. These traits give us the ability to inspire and fascinate others. The psychopathic relationship cycle follows a particular set of patterns. Idealized devalues, less important reduced values. After first mirrorings their target personality, psychopaths then begins to manufacture the love triangles with former partners and future potential mates. They engineer dramas and paranoia. If your soulmate went from fascinating to boring and blinks of an eye, this is not normal. If you are called jealous and crazy by someone who actively cheated on you, this is not normal. If you were desperately waiting by your phone for texts they once initiated on a minutes by minute basis, this is not normal. If all of their ex were bipolar or madly in love with them, this is not normal. Psychopaths are plastic, emotionally stunned, and incapable of change. Once this individual is gone from your life, you will find that everything begins to make sense again. The chaos dissipated, your sanity returns. Interesting and exciting personality are more attractive. Psychopathic are really good at pretending to display what the women are attracted to. They are really good at putting on this mask and masking themselves to look attractive. They exude a larger than the life presences and gives off an impression of greatness. Generally, psychopathic emotions are shallow and short-lived, and there is a manipulatively ulterior motive to showing them. Psychopathic traits tend to have higher social intelligence and a more relaxed attitude. The psychopathic relationship goes through several stages, the first of which is idealization. Psychopaths have been keen observers of human behavior, instinctively know how to appeal to the unique quality of the victims. During this phase, most people feel an attraction that they have never experienced in any other relationships. This is because the psychopath is mirroring the victims self back to them, and most people are not in touch with their true self. During idealization, many people believe that they have found their soulmates and that there is a sense of wholeness or being filled up by this person. They have indeed met their soulmate, but it is not the psychopath. The fact that the psychopath was so intelligent and compassionate and interesting, it is because they loved it and fact, and they are intelligent, compassionate, interesting, and fact. The psychopath literally has no ability to manufacture that trait. It is to be mirrored in the other person in order for the psychopath to mirror it back. In other words, the psychopath was not pretending to be loving the caring. He or she was just mirroring back those qualities and in short, it seems that narcissism and makes people more attractive.